Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to sort out an angle to the race that might be a path to finding the winner. Well, we race again on New Year's Day, the first day of 2024. All the best for the new year to everyone. And the feature race of the day is race 7. That's the first one. We're going to take a look at the Chinese Club Challenge Cup at Group 3 level, and the winning factor here, the sweet spot. So this Group 3 has a few chances, even in the small field, but the top 4 on the card look the best of them. There's California Spangle, there's Healthy Happy, the winner and runner-up in this race in the last 2 seasons, Beauty Joy and Red Lion, while the informed Taj Dragon makes a big class jump, but he has some sort of chance as well. And the first replay I want to show you with regard to this race is for Red Lion. Now this is in a slightly weaker race, Class 1 2 starts ago. He's in dark blue colours here, and Red Lion jumps well, showing his usual tactical speed as the more obvious leaders take up the front. But Sauvest and Circuit Stella certainly aren't breaking any records in front. Red Lion is fine with the tempo and travels well, but when the pace lifts and they sprint for home, it's just too much for him in the straight to give big parcels of weight to all the others in contention, and he just misses out in a tight finish. Now he gets a big weight drop from that. He's since been to a mile race, found that a little bit too demanding, but he's back to his preferred course and distance on Monday. And his main rival looks to be Beauty Joy, who, like the top weight California Spangle, is coming back from chasing home Golden 60 in the Group 1 Hong Kong Mile. This is race 238 of the current season. Now, Beauty Joy, he's in gate 6 in an alternative set of the beauty colours with the black pink sleeves and pink blinkers, and he's never the fastest away in his races and gets back to last. Now, interesting pace shape here with some speed in the second section as other runners drawn wide take on California Spangle, who ends up letting them go, and then the pace comes out of the race again on the circle from the 800 to the 400 metres. Now, all of this really suits the winner Golden 60, who creeps on the circle, gains ground without really doing anything, then sprints hard to win easily. But look at Beauty Joy down the outside, giving an impossible start, but he just about matches the sprint of the winner to finish in 6th. So that's a good form reference coming out of a top class race, and Beauty Joy has now beaten home California Spangle at their last 2 meetings, and California Spangle, because of his great past record, now comes into this race giving quite a lot of weight to Beauty Joy, and in fact Beauty Joy is isolated really at the top of the weights, and that looks a disadvantage for him. Now when we take a look at the map, the logical leaders here are California Spangle and Healthy Happy, and I think there's a distinct lack of pressure that might see California Spangle better suited than he was in that Hong Kong Mile. But we've seen Red Lion will be prominent on their backs at this distance and stalking, while the pace and the sharp drop in distance might not help Beauty Joy out the back. But for me, the tip in race 7 has to be Red Lion. His winning factor, the sweet spot. Now you can make a case for a number of horses here, but some of them might be challenged on the map, some are coming back from a preferred mile distance, and a horse like California Spangle has the big weight to carry. For Red Lion, he ticks all the boxes. He's got the right map, the right weight and the right form to be winning the day's feature. The other race I want to take a look at is the final race, race 10, where our winning factor is the winner up in class. Now this is quite a good class 3 here, where I'm sure there'll be fans of in-form horses like Green and White. We've got Blue Marlin and Rattan Kingdom, who didn't have much luck at their last starts. And Amazing Victory is always a chance in these events off a good draw, as he has this time. But I'm focusing on 2 horses down in the weights, Sweetbriar and Fun Together. And the main reason that I'm leaning towards them as the ones to beat is really the map. When we take a look at the field, it's mostly a field of horses that like to run on, and the pace here might only be moderate and favour only a few runners. The regular leader, Super Winner, now he's not a tear away as he once was in his races. I think he'll get across to lead with Fun Together, who led last start, and I think we'll see Well Drawn, Beauty Fit and Sweet Briar handy to the front. But the map looks a real disadvantage for the likes of Blue Marlin and Green and White, who come into the race with good form, and also to Ratton Kingdom, who he'll be getting back on the inside and will be needing some luck at the right time in the straight. So let's have a look at what these horses have been doing. And Fun Together now comes to Class 3 after graduating out of Class 4 in November. So from gate 11 in green and red colours, and Fun Together begins well for Jerry Chow. He isn't as quick as Massive Action, but that horse surprisingly in some respects hands up the front, and Chow, after eyeballing him, goes on to take control. Now Fun Together is then able to steady the race to suit himself. Then from the top of the straight, he sprints hard and just keeps on too well for his rivals despite a big handicap weight. Now, with the way that race was run, I guess there's a certain amount of flattery there, but Fun Together still had to be good enough to do the job from the wider draw, and I think he faces up to a race that might be run in a fairly similar fashion this time. Sweet Briar, on the other hand, well, he's a completely different case altogether. He's done all his racing at shorter distances and really has done a good job so far. But I think his latest run really indicated that he's looking now for 1400 metres and gets it on Monday. Let's take a look at that replay. This is race 240. He's in light blue colours, gate 7, and jumps well, but he just can't keep up with what is a fast pace over the 1200 metres. Lyle Hewitson rides him along for a while, but is eventually forced to steady, and Sweet Briar even gets his head up and overreacts to that, getting well back in the race. But the strong pace does give him some assistance, because after he balances up at the rear, he closes strongly, and as he gets down to the line, he's getting closer all the time. And look at the form pointers around him here over the final stages. In orange colours, Armour Eagle, and Raging Blizzard just ahead of him in blue. Both have won their next starts in this past week. Now, off the map that I showed you earlier, I think that Sweet Briar will be able to keep up more comfortably this time with a slowly run 1400 metres. So our question now is, how do we split them? And the way we're going to do that is back to one of our favourite winning factors, and that is the winner up in class. Now you see on this graphic, this is going back the last 5 years, and you can see this factor, which delivers every year again and again and again this season. It's always very positive. You see them here ranked by performance versus the market, and the trainer of Fun Together, Benno Jung, ranks in the top 4, making him one of our best performers. So the tip from me in race 10, Fun Together. His winning factor, the winner up in class. Yes, there's quite a good case for a number of these, but the pace is not going to favour many of them. I think it'll favour Fun Together, who rises in grade here off a good last start win, and his trainer Benno Jung excels with these kinds of horses. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Good luck on Monday. All the best for the new year. We'll see you next time.